The principles of lift and drag is essential to both birds and aeroplane, because that design will illustrate how technology can actually mimic nature's design to achieve similar outcomes, because it's all about achieving similar outcomes. The technological advancements are often reflection of natural process. There is no two ways about it. That underscores that everything in our existence is intricately linked with each other. The clock, the compass, the Antikythera, all of them are depicting what our Earth looks like. Because Antikythera is used to calculate the lunar cycle. Clock is used to actually calculate the time in our realm, in our reality. And for that clock to work, there must be a center. For all of them to work, there must be a center, because in our flat plane, there is a center, the center that divides the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. That's why initially I told you that we are supposed to be focusing on those two places, southern and the north and the south. East and west was invented just for the sake of navigation. So the center, which is called this equilibrium, is what brings balance between the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Same thing you see in your wall clock or in your watch, wherever you see it, which follows the time. We know that if we move out of our realm, the time becomes null and void. The existence of time becomes, something else if we move out of our space. Because in our space there is no time. Time remains the same. Out of space, the time remains the same. In the absence of the stars, in the absence of the moon, everything is dark. Day and night is dark. So that's one thing that is different from our realm and the realm beyond ours. So basically, when we are talking about monitoring the time in our realm, we have to actually create something that follows the things that give us light and darkness within our realm. That's why the origin of mechanics or use it to calculate the lunar cycle, because it shows us the movement of the moon and the position of the moon, position of the sun. It shows us the position of every planet within our galaxy. It shows them in their own shapes, because if they are not created in that shapes, they will never be able to get or calculate it accurately. Such as if the compass is not created in the shape of the earth, which is the flat earth we are talking about, it will not be able to navigate our locations. It must be the same as that which you want to use it to navigate. If you want to fly up there, you take a bird, you study the birds, you know how the birds avoid what is so-called the gravity, because of course, I'm still into that to understand if the gravity really exists. Because now, if we want to understand, anything that can fly up there, you try to understand how the birds are using their wings. Are they using their wings to create, to push whatever just what you understand to be the gravity, to push it down, to create equal and opposite force to get balance. They keep lifting themselves up. So if you understand that behavior, you will understand how to manufacture something that will behave like them. And anything that will behave like them is something that will be able to fly. So if you are creating anything that will behave like them, it must have shape like them. It depends on how fast you want it to be. One of the things that flies so high and flies so fast is a swift eagle. So it depends on how fast you want it to, you want it to be, or how, stable you want it to be up there. You will check, what are you depicting? What are you creating? What are you, recreating? Those are the things that we need to understand. If you don't get it, the shape perfectly like that swift eagle, you will not get something that will behave like swift eagle. You cannot be looking for something that behaves like swift eagle and you are looking for a dove, or you are building a shape like a dove. No, you must have those features in that swift eagle in your technological, creation, so that it will behave similar when it is up there. So that's exactly why I submit that our earth we see today is flat plane. The navigation is flat, the clock is flat. The first origin of mechanic, which was used to calculate the lunar cycle, shows that it is flat. So who and how will somebody come up to tell us differently? Because we have evidence to back it up that everything that is in technology existed in nature first. And everything you are creating in technology, you must have it behave like that which you've seen in nature. And when we talk about this flat earth, it will now beg the question, is our the positions of our hemispheres, or the positions of this north and south, are they accurate? Are they accurate? Don't forget, because what confuses a lot of people is that when we talk about this issue, when we talk about this flat earth reality, people talk about mountain, the existence of mountain. Mountain does not take away a flat earth. Mountain is mountain. Mountain is in a particular place. It does not cover everywhere. What we are looking at is the flat surface. If you climb up there, you might not be able to determine which one is mountain and which one is flat surface. That's exactly what you need to understand. If you go higher above, you will not determine which one is or where is, except if you are familiar with climbing up there, and then that's the only time you will be able to know their position. A novice, you climb up there, once you reach to the certain altitude, you will no longer see anything like mountain. Everything you will see will be actually aligning with each other, and then you start seeing clouds. So mountain is a layer in a flat plane. We are talking about a plane with a dome up there, a plane with a dome up there, which is the firmament. We have a firmament up there, which is the reason why the out of space mission is literally impossible. Out of space mission is literally impossible because we have a dome above us. It is depicted in the origin of mechanic. It is depicted in the first analog computer. Now let me give you an example of flat, that our earth is flat. Remember that every technology that you want to innovate, you need to start with a flat panel. A flat panel, any technology that you want to actually create the panel you are going to use is going to be flat. And inside that flat panel, you will find where there will be a microchip which creates the center that brings balance from the opposite side and the negative side. Everything we are depicting in our technology exists in our Earth reality. It is understanding our existence. That's how we can actually, create secondary stuff which is in our technology.